Hey guys, this is Jim from MMA Today.net. As I said earlier, I'm at AMA Fight Club, and right now next to me I have one of the top fighters in the UFC, Dan Miller. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Dan's just coming off a really big win against Joe Dorkson at UFC 24. How do you feel about that fight, Dan?
I feel good. I got the win, and Joe's a real tough dude and very experienced. So I'm pretty happy with it.
You know, when I did the research to come up here today, I had no idea that Dorkson had like 60 fights. So he's a very experienced guy.
Yeah, definitely. He's been fighting for a long time. And he's fought a lot of tough guys. So it was a good win. It was a good win to kind of keep the ball rolling and stuff.
Well, one of the things I wanted to ask you that you had 3 tough losses against really top quality guys. 2 of the 3 fought for championships. As a fighter, the UFC kind of has that unofficial 2 fights, you lose in a row, you get cut. How does that factor into your mind as a fighter? Did you even think about it? Does it add pressure? Does it make you perform better?
It depends on the guy, but there's no way not to think about it. This is your job, and it's on the line. When it's hard to kind of put it out of your mind. I tried. I tried to just go in and train, and but there's always that thing in the back of your head saying, this could be it. There's a very good chance that I won't be fighting for the UFC, and that's where I want to be. There's no other place that I would like to fight is other than UFC. That's the biggest organization in the world, and that's where I want to be. So it's hard. It's not an easy thing to put out. It's like anybody else. If your job's on the line, you're going to be thinking about it. So it was a little tough, but I was able to get through it.
I know during that stretch you had some family illness, and then there was the losses, but you really seem to be have come out of that now. Do you feel better mentally? This huge win with Dorkson, you're kind of back on track now?
Yeah, I think so. I'm still dealing with a lot of stuff at home, but it's a lot better, and I'm able to kind of concentrate on my training more. I think that was the biggest thing. It wasn't the fights. I can kind of put it out of my mind for 15 minutes. It's not, the night of the fight, I can concentrate on that. It's only one day, 15 minutes of my life. It's the training that is kind of the hard part. It's, the grind of, every day, training and dealing with a lot of stuff at home, not sleeping and just kind of, trying to deal with it. The training was the hard part, basically.
And the UFC 124, both you and your brother Jimmy were on the same card. How was that? Was that exciting or a non-issue?
Exciting, but it kind of brought me back to the old days. Jim and I, when we first started fighting, our first 3 fights were on the same card. Then we took a few, I fought and he fought. We kind of were fighting on individual cards, and then we got back to it, back in Ring of Combat. So it kind of brought you back to the old days of fighting together, and it was pretty awesome, especially both of us getting a win and on such a big, big occasion, especially Jim. Phenomenal win.
Yeah, you and as we were doing the pre-fight interview, you and Jimmy have reputations for being just tough, durable fighters. You guys aren't brash. You don't talk a lot of smack before the fights. I've been up here on several occasions watching the practices. I think maybe I've heard you and Jimmy say a total of 50 words together. So it's just really not your style to talk a lot of smack. You guys just go out there and consistently perform.
Yeah, I think both Jim and I like to, our fighting, talks basically for us. We just go out and fight. This is something that we both love. It's a sport to both of us. We love the competition and stuff, and I don't think there's any reason to talk crap other than sell a fight. And I'm hoping that my fighting style and the way I fight sells fights, not in my mouth.
Yeah, it's like on the website I wrote an article about fighters kind of pretending to have feuds with other fighters to sell pay-per-views, and I find it kind of refreshing what you and Jimmy do. If I want to watch a fight, it's because I'm interested in the fighter, not because there's a pretend feud between you and somebody else.
Yeah, and that happens a lot, but people like to see it, and there are a lot of guys that sell fights like really well. Bisping, is one of them. He does a phenomenal job of selling fights. People watch him because of what he says before the fight, and then he puts on a phenomenal show in the ring too. So he'll back it up, and that's what I don't mind the talking if you can back it up in the ring. The talking when you can't back it up, there's no room for it in the sport.
So how does it work now? I mean, you just fought. You're going to take a little time off, and then when do you think you'll be fighting again? 3-4 months?
I have no idea when I'll be fighting again. I got to take a little bit of time off to let the cuts heal and stuff, but not long. We have a training partner, Charlie Brenneman, who's fighting soon, middle of January, and I'll be back to help him get ready, and hopefully they give me something soon. Maybe early springtime, March, something.
Well, I look forward to it. At the end of the interview, Dan, is there any plugs you'd like to give, shout-outs to sponsors or anything?
I just want to thank everyone that had a hand in helping me get ready for the fight and, hand in my career. Just thank you so much.
Well, it's really been a privilege interviewing you, Dan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, this is Jim from MMA Today.net. Goodbye and good luck.